Hi, it's this month's virtual St. Maarten sales call, and we're focusing today on epic experiences because this is an island that is not your average Caribbean destination. There's so many hidden gems, so many places to go and discover. It's just all about St. Maarten is just beyond the beach, everything that you can see beyond the water, beyond the land. And, I really think it's interesting because I was able to go and meet some of these people on the call today and discover things that I didn't know. And it's just a pleasure to share it with you. So I'm just going to ask for a quick wave from all of you. We've got our friend Marla from St. Maarten Tourism Bureau, who's always here to give us the updates on the island. We've got Denicio from a very special place called Spaceless Gardens, which I really can't wait for him to share about. And we've got Allison from Pirates, the gourmet cruising ship. So this is interesting and we're going to have fun. So I'll turn it over to Marla. As always, I'll have her lead off with just island updates and some general information that would help you be able to sell overall. So hello, Marla, and feel free to go ahead.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again today. I'm just going to give you some of the information on the island updates. We're going to keep it short again, Gabby, because I'm sure we've had quite a bit of the repeat visitors, travel agents coming in and looking at it. So welcome to this experience for the Epic St. Maarten offers that we have and products. I'm just going to touch off a bit on the protocols. Again, our protocols keep updating because of the changes in the COVID Delta variant requirements, and quite a number of people are vaccinated. So we are here waiting to welcome you back to our island. You can visit the stmartenentry.com and to get all of the information, regulations, and what to you need to do to apply to come into St. Maarten. This is just a screenshot to give you more or less an overview based on the country where you're located, whether it's a ban or not country, and what kind of test requirements you would need or not need, as well as kids under 10 still don't need to have the test done. And we do accept the antigen and the PCR test depending on which country you're from. For the US market, we accept the antigen test. Also for cruisers who's coming into St. Maarten, as you know, Gabrielle, we had quite a few of the home porting going on in the island. And these are some of the requirements that you would need in terms of actually if you're coming in and going straight to the ship or when you're returning. Please know that it's all on the stmartenentry.com. So the information will be available there, as well as for our required mandatory insurance for the protection plan. You can contact us on info St. Maarten Protection Plan, or go to the website stmartenprotectionplan.com and you'll find all of the information there. So those persons who are actually on the island and planning to return, we do have a link where you can find all of the different sites and locations for persons needing to get a COVID test to return back home. We would love to keep you, but we all know that you have to go back home. So that's some of the information in terms of the COVID requirements for entry. And then we also just want to let everyone know that we still are adhering to our protocol safety and procedures. These symbols will be found throughout the various tourism establishments. Just to show that we are in keeping with their the required WHO and CARFA guidelines. So where are we located? We're located in the Caribbean Leeward Islands, just between Anguilla and St. Bart's, very easy to find. And when you're coming in, this is the beautiful site. Of course, you know, we are French and Dutch, St. Maarten, St. Maarten. When arriving on the island, you are actually coming in internationally on our airport, Princess Juliana International Airport. We do have a small little airport on the front side. It's the regional airport for Guadeloupe, Martinique. But for most international visitors, they will be arriving at the Princess Juliana International Airport. So we have quite a number of airlift from the US or North American market. Canada has reopened up, and most of the service will start this coming November. So for more information on that, you can always look at it and see what the schedules are like. And I'm sure most people already have that. But these are some of the services that we enjoy to the island. So in terms of on the island, We are the 37 square miles, split in two, not quite half, but what is important to note is there is free access, free moving back and forth between the islands. So if someone is coming in and they're staying on that side, they can always hop over to the front side freely and move back and forth as many times as they would like. Another important thing to just mention is the fact that while we are a French and Dutch country in the Caribbean, our currencies are a bit different. So on the French side, it's euros. On the Dutch side, it's Antillean guilders. However, US dollars is widely accepted, so no need to change your currency, unless, of course, if you want to go home with a little collection from the francs, the euros, or the guilders currency. And also to note, the French currency, the euros, does fluctuate. So it's always good to inquire the rate when purchasing on the front side. So we have quite a number of unique experiences, epic experiences, that we like to call them. This is what this segment is all about. I'm gonna let our team that's joining us on this panel today talk about that. But before I hand it over, I want to talk a bit about our hotels. We do have quite a number of properties that are available on the island, and we're gonna just run through some of them quickly, all inclusive, whether it's adults or kids. We have the luxury resorts. We have quite a number of new hotels. This is the Morgan Group that just opened up, really spacious and beautiful. We have lovely family-friendly properties, timeshare properties, as well as a combination of whether it's timeshare with spacious room for families that's coming in. We do have boutique resorts that's available on the island. And of course, when you're here in St. Maarten, you can always find a wonderful meal. I think I'm stuck. Yes, there we go. So one of the things that we do inspire you to do is try our local cuisine. This is a picture of Johnny Cakes, which is one of our traditional bread that we do in St. Maarten. You won't find that necessarily anywhere else, but it's something that we inspire to have. And then we also have different kind of cuisines. This is a basic overview of the island. And of course, there's so much more to offer. For more information on what we do have to offer, you can always request our travel guide, which hosts a lot of information about the island activities, hotels, getting married, etc. Or you can always follow us on one of our social media handles, or actually visit us on our website. So with that, I would love to turn the panel over to Denicia, who will continue from there. And thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Marla. Always chock full of phenomenal information. So I'm thrilled that you were able to share that with everybody. And yeah, so this is a nice little surprise. I'm going to ask Denicio to come on, share your screen, and you're going to learn all about this really very unique project that really kind of brings you back to the earth and focuses on organic and sustainable gardening and different ways of purveying food. So I will turn it over to him.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me here today to share a little bit more about my personal journey moving forward and the experience that we present on the table as Spaceless Gardens, focus on creating sustainable agricultural solutions for countries St. Maarten and individuals in need, more or less. So I'll try to see if I can share my screen. A few slides, so I'll try to just go through them quickly and share the general information. Over.
There you go. Perfect.
So again, my name is Denicio Wyatt, and I'm founder and owner of Spaceless Gardens, which is a company, a small community-based company focused on providing sustainable agricultural solutions to individuals in need. I wonder how I can go. Okay, to the next slide. I can click a little bit. Our Spaceless Gardens, we created it, was started in 2014, based on an idea that was, motivated by health challenges. I myself at the time was someone that was challenged with epileptic health problems. And so when I visited Curacao in 2013, I noticed like everywhere in Curacao in the start had like a little fresh juice bar, and that was very interesting to see, because St. Maarten, we didn't really know, we never really was into too much fresh juices, natural juices, and the concept word smoothies, that was still kind of like not even a concept in the air yet, as yet much. So when I came back from Curacao, out in front of my yard, which is the two pictures you see here, I started to, get a little bit involved with setting up a little fresh juice bar in front, inspired by what I'd seen in Curacao. And during that time, I was visited by a lot of people. At that time, too, Mr. Richardson was also present in the community, busy with agriculture. And he stopped by the juice bar one time, had a smoothie. Many different other people stopped by. And Mr. Richardson was one that always mentioned, hey, do you grow your own fruits or anything to make these things? And for me, it was always, St. Maarten always had a concept that we can't grow anything. The soil is not good, it's depleted. So it was impossible. So we really grew up with that concept, So in 2014, inspired by health challenges, I came back and started a juice bar. Being motivated by other individuals, as mentioned, in the community that was busy with agriculture. I was working for the newspaper company called Today Newspaper, and I started a local, community-based publication called Cultural Expression. And at that time, it was focused, as I was into music a lot, it was focused on highlighting a lot of the young guys in the community on how to get exposure for what they're doing when it comes to music and entertainment and community-based information. Eventually, it kind of expanded over the course of time into more information like agriculture, culture, community-based development, health, arts, craft, ecotourism, sports, all from a global to local perspective. And so being motivated and seeing that the awareness was lacking, we get the average general newspaper every day, but when you open it, it's like a lot of news that is more saddening to the soul than uplifting, So we thought that having a cultural newspaper in circulation would kind of motivate and inspire many different people in the different areas, so to say. After a year or two, of between 2014 and 2016, looking at all the challenges once again that was faced within agriculture and seeing that small little community-based businesses and even agriculture was not getting as much as support necessary, we started to do a lot of the groundwork on our own, meaning Spaces Gardens. When we go out, we do a job, we clean a yard. In that aspect, we would always take our money and invest it back in our own garden, So it showed us that, okay, the advantage of being able to set up a small community-based business and people support it can help you to generate enough funds eventually to help you to expand if necessary. And once you start in that direction, much more help will come, So we started in 2000, come down the line, in between 2016 and 17, we started Eco St. Maarten, which is focused on educating, cultivating, and outreaching. And that again was all inspired again by health challenges in community-based information that we thought was vital to be implemented in communities. And so looking at building a public-private partnership and not getting much support, we decided to start a foundation, which we could have also as a business support the foundation, but also be open up to other supporters, individual organizations and government institutions that were willing also to come on board and support the community cause. So when Eco XXM and Spaces Gardens fully merged, our focus was building economical empowerment through the sustainability of agriculture, agri/culture, because we cannot have agri without the culture. Nevertheless, the culture and the heritage is what attaches us and visitors alike that want to come and connect with locals and connect with experiences. And that for us is vital that those avenues are being empowered. The impact of agriculture on food security is the next objective and the mission that in the mission statement that we look at moving forward, is because everybody deserves to eat. So let's not feed them, but let's teach them how to eat. I mean, we're looking at a lot of organizations which do a great, tremendous job in distributing food and packages to different people in the community, or those in need, which is our great initiative. At the same time, a better empowerment to those initiatives will always be to teach these people how to source and provide for themselves in case there is again natural or man-made disasters in that case where they're not able to get adequate help in the necessary time frame that may be needed. So that is the next mission, to look at food security and how we get that information and that empowerment within our communities. The impact we continue to share is agriculture and with the right tools to be efficient and self-resilient. Looking at it from a community, again, all the little kids, a school perspective, it's lacking that from a young age, we are missing this type of agricultural implementation in our school curriculum. And I think Mr. Richardson stresses on it a lot of times too as well. And it's necessary that we empower and we motivate these kids from a very young age to understand that being a farmer is the most important essential job in the community. No matter if you're a lawyer, if you're a doctor, you have to get up every day and have a healthy meal if you want to go out to work. So if the farmer doesn't really put the food on the table within the animal husbandries and fisheries field, a lot of other individuals going to work every day will not have a very good working day, if you understand what I mean. Agriculture and education, again, empowering the next generations with the right tool. They're never too young to start stimulating the minds. And so for us at Spaces, Gardens, and Eco, the mission is always to continue building awareness through the avenues of cultural expression, or on hands within schools, or our lectures within different community-based events or activities. The impact again on education is that community members are never too old to come out. And this is an experience we basically offer for the young and old, for locals and visitors alike, looking at the tours that we could provide with stop-in tours at 30 minutes, where visitors can come in and stop real briefly and have a little history about what is going on within St. Maarten and agriculture, connect a little bit with the history and the heritage, and also get a chance to even buy a souvenir, something locally made from St. Maarten, or a jam or a juice or something like that. Also, it provides another 4-hour tour experience where visitors can come and spend 4 hours with us from 8 to 12 in the morning and engage in all farming activity for the day and have a nice meal that we all harvest and prepare together also too in the end to give that garden to plate experience. Again, on education, we have our eco learning program, which focus on, again, the young and old in the community, youngsters and elders. I don't like to say old, but youngsters and elders in the community that want to be empowered with just having the basic information. And this program was also supported by community development and also endorsed by the Minister of Health, Education, Youth, and Sports. The impact on health is very important to understand agriculture. And again, that's where we continue to build the awareness that natural remedies and your food is your medicine at the end of the day. So visiting us is always a great experience to learn about different herbs, different remedies, different natural ways that you can, especially in a time like COVID, that you could keep your immune system at its peak and have an alternative choice to be able to keep your health, during a time like this. Is a tremendous impact as well. As you can see from farm to table experiences or creating community activities that tourists can come out to and engage again with community members or community or locally made products or treats that are made by community members themselves. This plays a great role because it helps the tourism dollar to also circulate inside of the community. And that is a great significant impact, for example, for the elderly lady that's maybe on pension, but is a great baker, but can come out every weekend or every once a month within an organized setting like this and be able to benefit from such activities. Also great tour experiences as a walkthrough from Sky View. This was a walkthrough with the former head of the tourism department, Mr. Rolando Bryson. as he took a tour to the garden. Over the course of time, you could see from the evolution from 2014 from the yard to now this whole different private property which we release from government, that we've expanded. So agriculture has a tremendous impact in the business economy as well. As I mentioned, it is the pillar of the business and social, I would say, economy that we thrive on. Everything else really comes after. Agriculture is a multi-billion-dollar industry. The fact that we lack implementing it so much in St. Maarten is that we lack a lot that can be added to benefit the government. But nevertheless, it creates a gateway for many more opportunities to be provided for local and visitors, much more alike. Again, visitors definitely love visiting the garden because they can engage with local produce, have local fruit, local greens, and talk about the things that the mission statements, again, that was mentioned earlier, that have us so glued to being in the community and staying in the community, so that we can definitely continue to have that impact within the community and its members. Different things like agricultural festivals, again, are very engaging for visitors alike to visit the island. We conducted our first agricultural festival in 2017. It was a health agri/cultural festival, which focused on bringing health awareness to community members in need, which is most important too as well, and also allowing them to engage with the local community members that have a diverse range of local liquors to arts and crafts to local produce that they can offer to visitors and locals alike. The impact we have on community members is to keep them engaged, build socially interactive experiences that can keep community members definitely interacting with each other over the course of time. So, by networking with other organizations like Ethics and Food and collaborating when they have different things in the field of gardening is something that we always look forward to do once available. And that helps to keep other community members as well continuously engaging in spreading that importance of why agriculture should be a necessity in St. Maarten. One of the greatest experiences we definitely always have is a farm to table experience. And after, let's say, 8 weeks of our eco-learning program, which runs for 8 weeks, we also engage at that time in the garden too as well, physically and theoretically, to have community members also grow, but we also do visual experiences. And after 8 weeks, we harvest stuff from the garden, and we encourage everyone that is also there to, hey, once you're home, if you have a garden, pick something from your garden, cook something culturally infused. As you can see, there's a diverse of cultures sitting at this table. So at one point we have Guyanese food, Suriname food, Dominican food, St. Maarten food. And that is one of the most unique experiences that you're gonna experience in St. Maarten, is that the diversity of the cultures is the greatest experience that St. Maarten has to offer. And once we start to really support and focus on that, we'll have one of the most unique cultural experiences in the world that will be able to entice visitors and locals to keep coming back. The impact on agriculture and justice is just the same. How we get the young guys off of the streets and into something constructive without being without having to end up in a jail cell all the time, or be in a situation where they have to commit crime. We can't save everyone, but by providing opportunities to get the boys off of the block, we have less chances of having taxpayers' money spending on them being in prison. So that is another great significant role as we engage and collaborate with like the Ministry of Justice when it comes to community service provided to other youngsters as well. The impact on waste management is the same. How we use to use it to be utilized, diverse products that our tourists and our locals can go back home with, such as arts and crafts from road and leftover debris are again utilizing organic debris for composting that we can grow nice organic food that we all can enjoy as well. Agriculture on hurricane and recovery is another great point that we also try to bring across, because in every natural or man-made disaster, there is an impact that is left on the community and the visitors alike. And so for us, being prepared before and after a disaster, as you can see a photo, if you're looking on your screen to the left, when we started the project in 2015 to 2017, we developed the whole infrastructure in wood and wooden materials. And that wasn't the best idea for a hurricane zone like St. Maarten. But then again, we had to work with the resources that we had at the time and the limitations that was also given to us up above, with government. So we had to build it in the wooden construction. But then again, it also taught us the greatest lesson to be more prepared and to be more resilient in the community as well as we come back and move forward, as you can see at the photo to the bottom left, to be more sustainable for future experiences to come. And so every disaster brings a new lesson. It's not always a downfall, but it's also what we see in the disaster that we can come out of the shadows and emerge with victory and make it something much more impactful for those to enjoy locally and those alike. It also helps with securing job security for youngsters and skillful members in the community. It shows that our communities can be resilient, that we have enough experienced people in our communities, that we don't even need to go out of our communities, or at times we don't even need to bring experts from outside, but the experts are right in our community that can help our community get on our feet, help with community activities, events, just alike. And so therefore that tourism dollar is very important that it comes to the community, because it impacts so many different lives on the ground up. Again, on job security and opportunities, what we do in the community is what we leave behind for those visitors alike to take back with them. Those memories or those artifacts are very important. And out of every disaster, there's opportunities, and how we creatively come together and network and build are very important. It's how we keep our communities resilient and sustainable moving forward. If you ask how we've been doing it over all those years, simple when it comes down again to business and financing projects or creating activities and community based. It's all about understanding how the impact of agriculture can definitely improve our communities, and that's by increasing production sales, or creating nice table to farm experiences, being able for visitors to visit and see how we as farmers can make this a sustainable income of something of like, if looking at 1,000 square meters of land and seasoned peppers and harvesting sustainably a significant amount of seasoned peppers by planting maybe 4,000 trees or 8,000 trees over a course of time. A farmer sustainably, once the market is there, can generate an income of something like $20,000 annually. So yet those markets are unsaturated and still need exploring. So there's many more opportunities, and by us being here, we're grateful to see that we could prove the point to allow other people in the communities or other individuals to see that they can also stand on their feet as well. It is a circular.
Yeah, that's been amazing. I'm just going to pause you here because there's so much to go through. We'll definitely have you back. We just want to make sure that we get everybody in today, but your information has been stellar. We'd love to have you back so you can continue the presentation, because this really does deserve almost its own format. And you're so right. People would eat healthy if they knew that they could, so what you're doing is wonderful. So we're just going to move on to, if you want to just say goodbye, we'll move on to Allison. Just make sure everybody gets a chance to share their story today. Yeah.
Sounds good. Let me stop sharing the screen.
Perfect. All right. And we'll move on to Allison. We talked a lot about food here. Wonderful project. And we're going to move over to something a little bit different, still in the food space, but on the gourmet level, we have Allison from Pirates, which is a gourmet sailing experience. And I'd love for her to be able to share a little bit about what they offer. So I'll turn it over to you.
Hey, hello everyone. thank you very much, Denisio, for this presentation, because I've been learning a lot as well, and I will be very happy to meet you in person to further discuss about your project. So my name is Alison. I am the co-founder of Pirates Gourmet Sailing. It's a company that I started with my husband about 1 year and a half, February 2020. And it's something that was actually very new for us. So first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our background. I was a brand ambassador in the wine and spirits industry in the USA. And Max was a brand ambassador and a reseller of fine gourmet products in Paris. And we had this opportunity to discover Saint Martin and to have the opportunity to buy a boat here. So we decided to quit our job and move on a new adventure here on the island of Saint Martin and start a boat charter company. So we really wanted to come up with something new, with something different, something unique that wasn't already done on the island. And so we created this very strong concept, day cruises, combining, of course, sailing, discovery, but also gastronomy. We looked at what was done here, and most of the high-end boat charter companies were, of course, bringing their guests to beautiful places, beautiful beaches around the island, and for lunch, going to nice restaurants. And that would be nice actually to welcome the guests from the morning to the evening, with their friends, with their family, and offer them an all-inclusive experience on the sea. So having them enjoy a breakfast with us and then enjoy a gourmet lunch with their friends, with their family, only on the boat, only for themselves, with a private chef on board. And so this is what we decided to do. So that's really something a bit different, where we also really wanted to have our guests experience local products as well. But I will tell you a little bit more about that later. So I'm gonna share with you a little video just to give you an idea of what a day cruise with us look like. And then I will get back to you in a second. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen. All right. So this gives you a pretty good idea of what we do on board Pirates Gourmet Sailing. As I said earlier, of course, we bring you to those amazing places. And it's interesting to see that, for instance, on the picture I'm showing you right here, this is called Tintemar Island. And it's one of the main spots people like to bring their guests. The reason is that it's an island up north to Saint Martin, and you can only access this by boat. But when lunchtime comes, most of the boat leave, and you get the chance to actually enjoy this place with less people, less crowded, and have this as the view for your lunch. So this is pretty magical, and we can say that the feeling is really to experience a culinary experience on board in a little paradise. And this is really what makes Paris Gourmet Sailing unique. So today, Paris Gourmet Sailing has 2 boats. This is Ever Glorious. So this is the boat we had operational for the past year. And we are actually very excited that we just put our second boat on the water about 2 weeks ago. And so we will be starting the upcoming season with 2 power catamaran. And this is Galaxy. We really wanted for our guests to feel home when they come with us. And so we put a very big attention to every single detail. So this is the front of the catamaran. And so you can see those big cushions to really feel comfortable. You can also have lunch here on those 2 tables. So this is, for instance, one of the setups we do when we have big groups. And this is the back of the catamaran, where you have a very nice platform you can jump from and also enjoy some nice appetizers. And this is the inside of the boat. Nice 360 degrees view, big window, so you always get a nice breeze. And again, you know, like very comfy, you really feel very good and you really feel home. And that's what most of the guests tell us when they leave, that they felt really comfortable and home when they spend this day with us. So let me tell you a little bit more about how and what the guests get to experience when they come. So usually our day cruise starts at 8 a.m. We welcome our guests with a nice continental breakfast. You can see on this picture some nice jam, croissant, pain au chocolat, and fruits. Actually, we do also offer a lot of fruits that we source here on the island, thanks to our partnership with few farmers in St. Maarten. We usually then start cruising and go to 3 spots a day. And one of them is where we have lunch. So on this different pictures, you can see some of our culinary offers. On the left, you have the appetizers. We provide a nice guacamole with also local avocados when available, roasted marinated bell peppers, and a garlic hummus. As the main course, we love to offer lobster that is widely available here on the island. So we source them, of course, here from fishermen. And we also offer duck breast with passion fruit sauce to keep it, you know, with the Caribbean style. And the duck breast is from organic farm in the south of France. Of course, nice desserts, banana, flambé, caramelized pineapple. And also we always change that according to what products we have available locally. And you can see finally on the right top, type of setup when we have smaller group for lunch. Also, because of my background and my passion for good wine and spirits, and because we are in the Caribbean, we also offer as an option a tasting of aged rums. So 3 different aged rums from different countries of the Caribbean, different islands. And of course, we do offer a lot of activities besides food, because of course, culinary is a big, you know, for us. But during the day with us, guests can fully discover as well the island, the beaches, the underwater life. So we do have a huge floating mat they can rest on, or the kids love to play on it. We also have snorkeling gears on board that people can use, go explore, you know, the underwater life, the amazing turtles that we have here on St. Maarten, fishes, etc. And one paddleboard, one kayak. So each of our boats are equipped with those equipment. And I want to say also that it's really friendly for kids as well. So we do have a huge variety of groups. We really try to customize as much as possible our cruises, you know, because sometimes we do have a bachelorette party, sometimes we have a 50th birthday anniversary, or so we really want for the guests to experience something special and something unique. And so we try to adapt, it can be adapt the menu if they want to eat something special or discover something from the island special. We try to decorate the boat accordingly, etc. And we do have a lot of toys for the kids to have an amazing time and also play with the captain who loves kids. So it's nice for the parents who can have some rest and enjoy by themselves. So I told you that our main offer is a full day cruise, all inclusive, starting at 8, ending at 5 p.m. However, we also offer sunset cruise from like 2 to 2 hours and a half, where people can see the sunset from the sea. And this is, believe me, a truly amazing experience. So we still welcome our guests, of course, with nice appetizers, nice cocktails as well. And so you can see a few of the pictures here. And we do as well offer sunset dinner cruise. So this is a 4 hours or 4 hours and a half cruise. You watch the sunset and then you enjoy dinner on the sea under the stars. And this is very magical too. We mainly do private charters, meaning that the group rent the entire boat for themselves. But we also do group day cruise, meaning that you can buy a ticket, a single ticket for you, for your husband, for your friend, for your child, and then share the boat with other group. So this is also possible. However, because we like to keep it really intimate and we really want to take care of our guests, each of them properly, we keep this group up to 8 people maximum. So last but not least, when we thought about this company and when we analyzed also the tourism industry here in St. Maarten, we really wanted that Pirates Gourmet Sailing be an eco-tourism company. It's not always easy, you know, boats are not always the most sustainable, but we, you know, every day start to be as sustainable as possible with few details that actually makes the difference. For instance, our boats have solar panels in order to be self-sufficient with energy, as well as wind turbine. We also have last generation of engines that doesn't consume a lot. We don't use any plastic on board. All of our dishes are reusable, and we do have partnership with some companies here on the island. One of them is Maestro Company, and Maestro Company offer straws in potatoes, so they are biodegradable. And this is what we do have on the boat. And we also do a lot of awareness, you know, about keeping our ocean safe and be gentle with it. And for instance, something that we don't always think of is the sunscreen. So we do have a reef safe sunscreen on board that the guests can fully enjoy for free. So we really try to, tell them about how bad it can be and have them use what we have on the boat. So that's just like a little details. But this is how we do our job for the environment. And very important also is where we source of our products. The idea was also to have the guests really experience not only a boat day, but also, different products that the island has to offer. As Denisio said earlier, we have a lot of different farmers and people creating things. So we try to have them and represent their products here on the boat. So for instance, we serve local beers, we serve local veggies, etc. I think I went over most of what we do and the offer and our commitment for sustainability and our concept that combine discovery and gastronomy. If you want to learn more, I invite you to visit our social media. We are on Instagram, we are on Facebook, on LinkedIn as well, and visit our website for more information. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Allison. That was wonderful. What a beautiful product that you have, and a lovely way, a very different way that people can experience the island and have a delicious meal as well. And we are going to round it out now with Jocelyn from Hillside Plantation, who's going to take us through what's on offer there and how you can really kind of enjoy the nature and the serenity surrounding the plantation. So over to you if you want to go right ahead.
Good day. I want to start by first giving you an introduction. So I will play a video introduces what we're doing here, basically. One second, please.
Welcome to the Hillside Plantation. This beautiful 3.5 acres of property was purchased in 1979. Throughout the years, this land has seen decades of change, and the results are stunning. Hillside Plantation is a very unique and hidden gem that invites visitors to share in our natural desires to link with nature in the broadest sense of the word. At our eco-friendly establishment, we practice sustainability and share our healthy lifestyles in many ways. Our trails are well designed and take you for picturesque and amazing views. If you head to the top of the trail, you will experience a slave wall that was shared between the Dutch and Central.
Okay, are you guys seeing the video that just got disconnected?
We still see it.
Yep, go right ahead.
It's coming back up. We're outside and we're having technical difficulties. But when you see it, it'll be so brilliant. You're glad you watched.
Plantation. This beautiful acres of property was purchased in 1979. Throughout the years, this land has seen decades of change, and the results are stunning. Hillside Plantation is a very unique and hidden gem that invites visitors to share in our natural desires to link with nature in the broadest sense of the word. At our eco-friendly establishment, we practice sustainability and share our healthy lifestyles in many ways. Our trails are well designed and take you for picturesque and amazing views. If you head to the top of the trail, you will experience a slave wall that was shared between the Dutch Sint Maarten and the French side of Saint Maarten. A little history tells stories of resilient people and the diverse cultural heritage of our island. Realign by joining a Reiki, meditation, or yoga class outdoors, or enjoy a fruit smoothie or veggie drink at our restaurant, made with the fresh ingredients grown right here on the farm. When you visit, you'll find some locally made crafts and apples for sale. After your hike, feel free to sit under the mango tree and breathe in the view. Or if you'd like to learn, we have on-site farming classes. Interact with our house pets, our Ninja Turtles, or even feed the fish in our 5,000-gallon tank. So whether you were looking for hiking, camping, outside classes under our garden pavilion, bird watching, refreshing drinks, or just relaxing, Hillside Plantation is a must visit during your time on the beautiful island of St. Maarten. We look forward to taking care of you and serving you. Please visit us on your next trip and take back an experience of a lifetime. Thank you.
Okay, that was our introduction to basically the things that we do here at Hillside Plantation. In addition to that, one of the most important things that we offer here, especially to visitors, is our hiking trails. Over the last years, we have been improving our hiking trails. And at the moment, we have about 3 different aspects of hiking trails. We could connect from here, we connect to Peak Paradise, the highest point of the island. We are located in the middle of the island, and we connect to other parts of the island on the French side, Colombier, to St. Peter's from here. So we have 1 hour hike, 3 hour hike, 2 hour hike, and up to 5 hour hike based on what the customer might ask for. One of the things that we pride ourselves here in is our agriculture. We have basically tried to use the term agro-tourism, where our plantation is like exhibition. So when people come here to the plantation, we have different things that we could show them. Also, when we're going up on the hike, the guides, we are able to show them the different herbs, also what the herbs are used for, and especially up on the top of the hill, where we cross over from the Dutch side to the French side. They have experience of seeing all of the natural orchids, the indigenous orchids and epiphytes that grows at the top of the hills. For safety, one of the things we have really put emphasis on is our safety. Over the last 2 weeks, we have been, you can see in this picture, we have been strapping new ropes along any difficult path so that people will not slip or slide when they're ascending or descending the slopes. So I think at the moment we have one of the safest hiking trails on the island. And then our endeavor is to highlight more of our natural resources, especially sell the experience of farm to table, where in the restaurant, we will grow the things that we are going to cook. We will have them being growing, especially the herbs. One of the things that we have here that we say we are special about is our herbal tea. When people come to the plantation, one of the things they always have here, especially in the morning time, is herbal tea. Once it's cold and once it's hot. So the experience we offer here is a whole natural experience that it teaches you about our heritage, our culture, and give you an experience of your lifetime. I have Dr. Barb with me. She's associated with us. We have, she'll talk about the other part of our activities, which is teaching meditation, yoga, and Reiki.
Hi, good morning. My name's Dr. Barb Tremlett. I've been on the island of St. Maarten for 4 years, and I was introduced to Jocelyn less than a month after I arrived, and I fell in love with the concept of what he provides. I'm a doctor of metaphysical energy and holistic counseling, but when I came here and I realized the effects of bush tea and what they do medicinally and how the people here on the island use them on a daily basis. I have bush tea every morning and every night because whatever the ailment is, there's something that Mother Nature provides to heal you. So I came here, I fell in love with the concept, and also that provided what Joshua provides the systems in the schools is good because he believes in teaching the kids in the school system how to start providing their own agriculture and understanding the importance of all the natural ways of doing things. And I think during this last episode, I mean, after Irma, we learned a lot, but I think during COVID, we all became really aware of how important it is for sustainability per family. Don't rely on the neighborhood, don't rely on the grocery store, but like get back to the earth and learn how to grow these things yourself. And what I'm seeing now is, and you saw in one of the pictures, there was some like a 2-foot metal, what do you call it, riser of
Our planter boxes.
planter boxes. So we've already got a good group of them growing here, but our goal is to have up to 50 planter boxes, and not only to provide for local people that want to stop by and receive that, but for restaurants and supporting some of the grocery store systems, but to teach the children from a young age on how to do that. And so what we've done is we've combined the hiking with Caribbean meal, fresh vegetables. They get lectures on what the benefits are of like the sweet peppers or the arugula and the herbs that we have. So between the spiritual teachings, metaphysical trainings, if they want to take that, or just the hiking, like once a month we have a hiking and they come back and they have a breakfast, and a lot of it's made right here on the property. So I fell in love with this 4 years ago. I strongly support it because I believe in it. And just like our neighbor there at Pirates, we believe in using things right from our local land and sharing that with people who come. And the tourism, when they come here and they see the variety of activities that we have on the facility, I think that really inspires them to not only come and take a hike, but have a healthy meal, learn a little bit about the herbs and the beneficials medically. And of course, my passion is to do everything holistically. So I fell in love with the concept and everything that's done here at the Hillside 4 years ago. And I've never looked back. I still support it today. So that's my spiel. And thank you very much for the opportunity of presenting, because this is extremely exciting for both of us. So thank you.
Thank you so much
In
for
addition
being
to
here. And
that-
it's just so lovely to learn about all of these amazing places. Because like I said, the island is full of hidden gems. And once you realize, I think most people would eat healthy if they just knew how. So it looks like a lot of you are really, just giving people a pathway and an opportunity to be able to, to try these things and maybe take these lessons back home. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. It's been wonderful to have you, and we'll make sure that we add everybody's contact information in the bottom of the piece when we air this on YouTube, and so that everybody watching can get in touch with you if they have further questions. But thank you so much for being here.
So much.
Yeah, and
Thank
we
you.
look forward to seeing you guys again on island. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care, everyone. Have a good day.